श्री नरसिंह प्रणाम। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, नमस्ते नरसिंहाय। प्रह्लाद दायिने, प्रह्लाद दायिने। हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः। शिलातङ्कानखालाय, शिलातङ्कानखालाय। इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहो, इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहो। यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा, यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा। बाहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो, बाहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो। नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपदे, नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये। तव करकमलवरे नखम् अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां। केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रह्लाद महाराज, जय प्रह्लाद महाराज, प्रह्लाद महाराज, जय प्रह्लाद महाराज। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की जय, प्रह्लाद महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सवन प्रभु। हरे नाम बड़ा प्रभु। हरे कृष्ण शंकर प्रभु। जय
हरे
श्री
कृष्ण
माता
प्रभु जी,
जी।
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
दंडवत माता जी।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Okay.
So Hare Krishna, thank you very much devotees for joining. So we are discussing chapter 6. Let me share my screen. So in our last session, we discussed till 6:28. And I hope you all read the summary given by Soumya Mataji. So today we'll continue from 6:29. Yeah, 6:26 to 6:28 we discussed in our last session. Okay. So yeah, today we'll continue our discussion from 6 to 29. Sorry. And at the end, 10-15 minutes, we'll in our last session, we were discussing about Vanara, the origin of Vanara, how it came, the reason behind that one. If you remember, we started that discussion, and we'll continue that particular point. Okay, so first let me increase the font. Okay, Shankar Prabhu, could you please read 629?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Correction.
Sarvabhudastam atmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha.
Yeah.
Translation. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A Krishna conscious yogi is the perfect seer because he sees Krishna, the Supreme, situated in everyone's heart as Super Soul, Paramatma. Ishvaraha Sarvabhutanam Hrideshu Arjuna Tishtari. The Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of the dog and that of a Brahmana. The perfect yogi knows that the Lord is eternally transcendental and is not materially affected by his presence in either a dog or a Brahmana. That is the
supreme neutrality. Can you see?
Yes, that is the distinction between the individual soul and the super soul. One who is not factually in the practice of yoga cannot see so clearly. A Krishna conscious person can see Krishna in the heart of both the believer and the non-believer. In the Smriti, this is confirmed as follows. Atatvacha matratvacha atma hi paramo harihi. The Lord, being the source of all beings, is like the mother and the maintainer. As the mother is neutral to all different kinds of children, the Supreme Father or Mother is also. Consequently, the Super Soul is always in every living being. Outwardly, also every living being is situated in the energy of the Lord. As will be explained in the 7th chapter, the Lord has primarily two energies, the spiritual or superior and the material or inferior. The living entity, inferior energy, the living entity is always in the Lord's energy. Every living entity is situated in him in one way or another. The yogi sees equally because he sees that all living entities, although in different situations, according to the results of fruitive work, in all circumstances, remain the servants of God. While in the material energy, the living entity serves the material senses. And while in the spiritual energy, he serves the Supreme Lord directly. In either case, the living entity is the servant of God. This vision of equality is perfect in a person in Krishna consciousness.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Who else are there? Samudra Mataji, are you there? One. Let me see who are there. Premadhatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then West Pranam.
Is Mataji there, Prabhuji? Can she read?
She'll be here in 2 minutes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
She's just on a call.
Okay, fine. Okay, Sita.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo mam pashyanti sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyanti pashyati tasyaham na pranasyami sachamena pranasyati.
Translation.
For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. A person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature, but in each and every instant he is Krishna, he is consciousness of Krishna, knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principles of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna, a position transcendental into material liberation. At this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self-realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna, in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee, and the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor he is the personality of Godhead, ever out of the sight of the devotee. To merge in Krishna is spiritual annihilation. A devotee takes no such risk. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always by the devotee whose eyes are enlightened with the plum of love, pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamasundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. At this stage, Lord Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee never lose sight of the Lord. Ever lose sight of the Lord. In the case of a yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, the same applies. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And 631. Kapam Prabhu, could you please read 631?
Prabhuji. Sarvabhuta sthitam yo mam bhajati ektvam asthitah sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate.
Yeah.
Translation. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances.
Yeah. And Shankardev Prabhu, can you read purport?
A yogi who is practicing meditation on the super soul sees within himself the plenary portion of Krishna as Vishnu. With 4 hands holding conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower, the yogi should now know that Vishnu is not different from Krishna. Krishna in this form of the super soul is situated in everyone's heart. Furthermore, there is no difference between the innumerable supersouls present in the innumerable hearts of the living entities, nor is there a difference between a Krishna conscious person always engaged in the transcendental loving service of Krishna and a perfect yogi engaged in meditation on the supersoul. The yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities while in material existence, remains always situated in Krishna. This is confirmed in Bhakti Rashamrita Sindhu of Srila Rupa Goswami, Nikhilasav, Api Avastasu, Jivan Mukta Sa Uchyate, a devotee of the Lord, always acting in Krishna consciousness, is automatically liberated in the Narada Pancharatra. This is confirmed in this way. Dikkalade Anavachine Krishne Cheto Vidhaya Cha Tanmayo Bhavati Kshipram Jivo Brahmani Yojayet. By concentrating on one's attention on the transcendental form of Krishna, who is all pervading and beyond time and space, one becomes absorbed in thinking of Krishna and then attains the happy state of transcendental association with him. Krishna consciousness is the highest stage of trance in yoga practice. This is this very understanding that Krishna is present as Paramatma in everyone's heart makes the yogi faultless. The Vedas, Gopala Tapani Upanishad, confirm with this inconceivable potency of the Lord as follows: Eko Pisan Bahudha Yo Vabhati. Although the Lord is one, he is present in innumerable hearts as many. Similarly, in the Smriti Shastra, it says, Eka eva paro Vishnu sarvavyapi na samshayaha aishwaryad rupam ekam cha suryavat bahudheyate. Vishnu is one, and yet he is certainly all pervading. By his inconceivable potency, in spite of his one form, he is present everywhere, as the sun appears in many places at once.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So, very beautiful verses. So, actually, the discussion here is the Krishna is explaining about yogi. Yeah, the qualities of yogis. Again, yogi means a bhakta. That is one point we need to remember. A devotee, a person who completely absorbs his thoughts in Krishna consciousness. Understand? So, in our last session, we discussed that point, samadhi, trance. Yeah. So, how can we focus our mind on Supreme Personality of Godhead? Yeah. Those points we discussed. So, Krishna is continuing the same. Now, what Krishna is saying is, a true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Who is Sthita Prajna? We have the word called Sthita Prajna. Who is Sthita Prajna? Sthita Prajna is the one who is the self-realized soul. Okay. A self-realized soul or Sthita Prajna is the one who can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a Brahmana, in a Chandala, or even a lower species like dogs. Yeah, either it is in Brahmana, a dog eater, Chandala, or dogs or any other lower species. Okay, he is known as Sthita Prajna. Even if you see a small insect, okay, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead resides in every living entity's heart as a super soul. This is point number 1. Point number 2, every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. Understand? So that that equal vision, that compassion, yeah, like we can take Narada Muni, the most compassionate, okay, no partiality, okay, he doesn't discriminate amongst species, like, oh, they are demigods, they are great, or, you know, this is a small insect, or, oh, no, he is a hunter. Yeah, we discussed Valmiki very recently in one of the house programs. I spoke about how the hunter became Valmiki. Yeah, so by the mercy of Narada Muni. Okay, so Narada Muni cursed Nalakuvera and Manigriva, who are the sons of Kubera, okay, in heavenly planets. Yeah, for their nonsense activities. Yeah, and the same Narada Muni transformed a hunter into a great devotee, sage. Okay, both acts are out of compassion. This is a very, very important point. So Sthita Prajna is the one who can see the Lord in every living entity, and who has the same compassion, who shows the same compassion, yeah, and who sees the Lord, who knows that the Lord as a super soul resides in every living entity. Yeah, and again, he understands the fact that every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. Understand? We know in Mundokopanishad, the beautiful analogy is given. Yeah, on a tree, one bird is eating a fruit, and there is another bird sitting next to this bird and looking at this bird, eating bird. Okay, so the bird which is eating is the jiva, we, the living entity, and the other bird which is next to it and looking at that bird is the super soul, Paramatma. So that's why Paramatma resides in every living entity's heart. The Supreme Personality of Godhead resides in every living entity's heart. That's why this developing the hatredness, yeah, and the becoming an enemy, so I don't like so and so, these things actually on a spiritual platform, okay, are not recommended. Okay, having these type of things. Again, it doesn't mean like you have to be showing, see, like Narada Muni cursed Kuvera and Manigriva. Compassion doesn't mean always expressing the love. So he cursed. So wherever required, we have to act accordingly. So devotee should be like a lion. Prabhupada mentioned many times. Okay, lion amongst the external world, like non-devotees, and like a lamb amongst devotees, like that. Yudhishthira Maharaj, he loves Kauravas. He treats them as his brother, like that. But when the war comes, he fought. Understand? So showing compassion or having that equal vision, treating everyone is like part and parcel of Krishna, doesn't mean you are like who have no emotion, no expression, and not like that. We have great devotees who are powerful warriors. Yeah, so we have to act accordingly. So we are not supposed to keep quiet. Devotees means they are not supposed to keep quiet, thinking, oh no, he's a part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, let me ignore. Okay, let me tolerate. But wherever required, they act as per the circumstances. But the key point here is like that vision that is very, very important. No hatredness, okay, and seeing the Lord in every living entity, and every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. Both. That's what here it is mentioned. A true yogi observes me in all beings. Okay? Because Krishna resides as a super soul. And also sees every being in me. Because every being is part and parcel of Krishna. Like that. Okay, so that is the beautiful verse from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, beautiful words from Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, here also it is mentioned the same. The Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of dog and that of Brahmana. Yeah, you can see here. The Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of the dog and that of a Brahman. So the perfect yogi knows that the Lord is eternally transcendental and is not materially affected by his presence in either dog or Brahmana. Soul is a soul, no matter which body it occupies. It's based on karma. Okay. Yeah. But the soul is eternal. The soul that resides within the body of dog, pig, or hog, any other lower species, or within Brahmana. By nature, the soul is eternal. Understand? So that is the very key point we need to understand. The individual soul is also situated in individual heart, but he is not present in all hearts, of course. So Krishna as a super soul presents in every body. But an individual jiva, that soul, resides only within that body. So for example, me, I have a material body. Okay. Me, by nature, I am the soul. I am not this body. I am the soul. Me as a soul resides within this body, within this gross body. At the same time, I cannot reside in another body. Understand? So the individual soul situated within the heart of individual heart, but I cannot present in another body. And the same thing is applicable to all of you and every jivas. But the super soul, Krishna, he can reside in every living entity. We know only about ourselves. What I am thinking right now. Only I know it. But Krishna is a super soul. He knows what every living entity thinks. He knows what every living entity is doing. The action of every living entity. Because he is the prime, sakshi for our actions. Yeah. Pradhamika sakshi. He knows, he is the like an evident, of the actions of every living entity. Understand? So that is the difference between the individual soul and the super soul. Okay, this is very, very important point we need to understand. So that's why don't become proud because you are a human by looking at lower species. Yeah, or don't become morose because you are a human, you are not a demigod, because there are so many demigods in higher planetary systems. Oh my God, I would have be a demigod and enjoy in the upper planetary system, but I am, ordinary human, like that. Yeah, you or we are neither lower species, nor humans, nor demigods. These are all external appearances that the soul occupies. External bodies that the soul occupies. But we, by nature, soul, the eternal servant of the Lord, and there is no difference between the soul in upper planetary systems, the soul that resides in the lower species, and the soul, those are residing in human forms. And even within human forms also, there are so many different types of people are there. We know it. Some look ugly, some look very beautiful. Yeah. Some are fat, some are short. Yeah. So these are all external appearances, external coverings only. Understand? So this knowledge is very, very important. So don't misunderstand, or don't what to say, like, don't feel bad because you are a human, or don't feel proud because you are a human. Okay. So every living entity, Krishna has given equal opportunity to all living entities, irrespective of their positions. Okay. So that is what, here Krishna is clearly explaining. And in the next verse also, Krishna is continuing, and here what he is saying, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor he is ever lost to me. So the connection establishes a beautiful nature. Okay. Nice weather, beautiful nature. You sat on the shore of a sea. Okay. Cool breezing and nice weather, because in summer people go to beaches. Yeah, like that. So a nice weather, cool breezing of the waves, the ocean you are seeing. So that's the creation of Krishna. You must see Krishna in this nice weather. Understand? Yeah. At the same time, if you are in a forest, nice vana, and some birds are, singing, yeah, and some you can hear, some nice voices. Okay, that's a beautiful. That nature is beauty of Krishna. Water, we are drinking water. Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So that's why we use it to tell the devotees also, don't waste water. Okay, so Krishna is the water. Yeah, Krishna is the mountain. Krishna is the air. So all pervading, the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is he is all pervading, but again he is at one place. Okay, so now immediately the question comes, okay, if the Lord is all pervading and if he is there everywhere, why should I come to temple? I will go to beach and I glorify the nice weather. Oh Krishna, what a beautiful weather you created, what a beautiful ocean you created, like that, and what a beautiful people surrounding me, so part and parcel of you, so let me glorify you by sitting at the shore of a sea. Yeah, like that. Does it work? Because Krishna is all pervading. Yeah, Krishna clearly mentioned here. Some people say, some people tells this argument, for one who sees me everywhere. So I am Sthita Prajna, so I don't need to go to temple. Okay, I can go in a nice sightseeing and I will glorify Krishna there. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, why? It's not a contradictory. It's not a contradictory statement. If Krishna is everywhere, why it doesn't work? Yeah, because we are still not qualified to think of Krishna. Though Krishna is everywhere, yeah, to think of Krishna, yeah, we are still not qualified. So we are students. We are students. Srila Prabhupada is there. No matter Srila Prabhupada, walking in a forest, or Srila Prabhupada at the seashore, or Srila Prabhupada is in a nice building, or in a temple, or Srila Prabhupada is doing Harinam just before pubs. Okay, Prabhupada's consciousness is different. He sees Krishna everywhere. But yet, he built so many temples. Yeah. And so many installations of deities. And so many instructions to take care of the temples, and Prabhupada asking people, you go to temple and get the association. Okay, take darshan. Prabhupada taught how to take darshan. Last week or before week we discussed how darshan of deities when we go to temple. Okay. Though Krishna is everywhere, yeah. So only self-realized soul can be in that trance, no matter where he is. But we are not in that position. Yeah. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. No matter the soldiers are throwing him in a fire or giving him a poison or throwing him from the top of the mountain. Okay. In all cases, he is completely absorbed in Krishna. Understand? So that's why these temples or these scriptures, this instruction to associate with the devotees, okay, these are all given so that we can progress in our spiritual life and become self-realized. Understand? So that's the difference. If you want to post a letter in a post box, for a post box, there is a specific identity is there. Okay, it's red in color. Okay, and somewhere it is written post box, something like that. Someone will come and take the letters out. Yeah, it's authorized box. It's authorized by the government. Okay, you cannot say, whatever box I find, I will post the letter, because everything is a box. That doesn't work. Okay. Yes, though Krishna is everywhere, we are still not qualified in thinking of Krishna by keeping Krishna conscious thoughts within our mind, by sitting wherever we like. Okay. So if you want to study, you have to go to university or school, authentic school, university. Okay. No matter, your mom and dad can teach, ABCD or additions, subtractions. They may teach. Yeah. But they will send you to the school, isn't it? Because we will get that degree, authentic degree, from these bona fide schools only. Okay. So that's the key point we need to understand. So, okay. Don't misinterpret or misunderstand this statement like, for one who sees me everywhere. Yeah. Doesn't mean, okay, I can realize God, okay, by, sitting, wherever I like. It doesn't work. That is a very, very important point for us. Yeah, so that's what he is saying. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of material nature, but in each and every instance, he is conscious of Krishna. Okay, that is difficult. Understand? If he is conscious of Krishna, that's perfectly fine. Like Acharya, self-realized souls, they can be conscious, but we are not. We are practicing. Understand? So not theoretical knowledge. Understand? How our mind thinks. That is very, very important. Knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Okay? That beautiful creation is, this nature is Krishna's energy. Yeah, this water is Krishna's energy. Like that, that thinking. Nothing can exist. Sorry. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. So this is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Understand? Hope you got the point. Yeah. So, yeah. So, and there is a beautiful verse here. I worship the primeval Lord, Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are anointed by the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shyamsundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. So even Damodara prayers, Satyavarta Muni is saying, I don't want any other boon than, thinking of your beautiful form as Balagopala in Vrindavan, okay, to manifest in my heart. Okay, that's it. I just want that boon. Always be manifest in my heart as a Balagopala of Vrindavan, not Dwarkadhish Krishna. He is again saying this Balagopala who is playing these beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan. All 8 stanzas explains, wonderfully, about Lord Damodar. So Satyavartamuni is praying, I am not qualified, but you please manifest in my heart as Balagopala. That should be the consciousness. Then what happens? Krishna is explaining here. At that stage, Lord never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee ever lose sight of the Lord. Understand? So that is the key point we need to understand. That's why the focus of mind should always be on beautiful form of Krishna. So here one more point is mentioned. In the case of yogi who sees Krishna as Paramatma within the heart, same applies. Yeah, of course. we discussed before 3 types of realizations: Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. Okay, Brahman realization is like very recently we discussed Srila Shankaracharya's monism philosophy. Yeah, Brahman realization is a partial realization of the Lord. So Srila Shankaracharya taught the partial realization of Lord, because those days people are not qualified to think more than that. Yeah, and according to time, place, and circumstance. And after Brahman realization, Paramatma realization. That is what Prabhupada is explaining. Okay, super soul. I can meditate upon the super soul who is residing within my heart. That's the next realization, Paramatma realization. Okay, is it the ultimate realization? No. The ultimate realization is the topmost realization, Bhagavan realization. Okay, so if you meditate upon super soul who resides within the heart, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, but the devotees, bhaktas who realize the Lord in a personal form and serves the Lord, okay, they also always think of Krishna, just like how a yogi, a sage, meditate upon the super soul, Paramatma. Okay, but what is the additional advantage for the devotees? They have that concept of service. They serve the Lord. Understand? So yogis miss that bit. That's why Paramatma realization is also partial realization. Understand? Okay. And then what Krishna is saying in 631, Krishna is saying, such a yogi who engages in the worshipable service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. So in one sense we can understand Krishna always think of you. Okay, you will be in the eyes of Krishna. Okay, when we are in that position. So that's what Krishna is saying here. A yogi who is practicing meditation on the super soul sees himself, the plenary portion of Krishna, as Vishnu, with 4 hands, holding a conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. Yogi should know that the Vishnu is non-different from Krishna. Of course, we know it. Yeah. So don't worry. If someone, all Vishnu avatars are, the coming from the Lord only. The yogi should know that Vishnu is non-different from Krishna. Krishna in the form of super soul is situated in everyone's heart. Furthermore, there is no difference between innumerable super souls present in the innumerable hearts of living entities. Krishna as Paramatma within my heart, and Krishna as Paramatma within the heart of a dog, or Krishna as Paramatma within the heart of a pig, all same. Okay, it's not like since the dog and the pigs are lower species, Krishna will feel bad and change his shape. No, as a Paramatma, he resides in all living entities and they are all same. There is no difference. Okay. The yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities while in material existence, remains always situated in Krishna. This is what I mentioned. Okay. The yogi who performs tapasya by sitting under a tree or in a secluded place, meditating upon the super soul, and a bhakta who is meditating upon Krishna by engaging himself in various activities, okay, the realization differs. You can say, how do you know? Because in previous yugas, many yogis performed tapasya, yeah, hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay, how can you say? Again, the beautiful example from Damodar Leela. Yeah, the mother Yashoda engaged herself in various activities to serve Krishna. So that's why when mother is chasing Krishna and Krishna is running out of fear, all these yogis are getting surprised. We are performing tapasya for lakhs of years. But this mother, this great bhakta, she is very fortunate. She bound Krishna with her love, where we couldn't do it. Yeah. And the same yogis in Rama Leela, we know, when Lord Ram visited, during his visit to the forest in Aranyavas, they want to embrace the Lord by looking at his beauty. They fell in trance, all great sages, and they expressed their desire, to embrace the Lord. That's bhakti. Okay, don't misunderstand, in a different way. Then the Lord said, okay, you don't worry. Okay, in my Krishna Leela, okay, I will give you that opportunity. And the same sages, they born as gopis, and they performed, very beautiful pastimes with Krishna. Okay. Now you see in Rama Leela, these great sages, they are in the mood of awe and reverence. Yeah, praying the Lord, like that. But the same yogis, because of the mercy of the Lord, yeah, when they became gopis in Krishna Leela, they tease Krishna, they shout at Krishna. Yeah. So, like that, they dance with Krishna, they play with Krishna. Understand? They are in Madhurya Bhav. Okay. So that's why this engaging various activities with Krishna is very, very important. If you ask a question, how can we, get that? Yeah. As of now, as I mentioned, we are sadhakas. Okay. Engage yourself. Gopis cook for Krishna. They feed Krishna. Okay. Cook in the temple or help in the kitchen or sweep the floor. Yeah. These are all, the services, various services, in the temple or, various activities to engage ourselves, so that we can remain in always, Krishna conscious thoughts. Okay. So that is the beautiful verses, 3 verses today. See here also. Vishnu is one, and yet he is certainly all-pervading. By his inconceivable potency, in spite of his one form, he is present everywhere, as the sun appears in many places at once. Yeah. In Rama Leela, beautiful description is given. When the Lord, once he killed Ravana and returned to Ayodhya, all Ayodhya-vasis are looking at the Lord. Yeah. And to everyone, to each individual, they feel like Lord is looking at them. Yeah. And in Krishna Leela also, when the Lord, the Balagopal goes to forest along with his friends, during the lunch time. Okay, they have to sit together and take lunch. For each Gopa, it appears like Krishna is just sitting next to him and having lunch. and he put, some, a portion of his food to Krishna, and Krishna, he takes from Krishna's, like that, they share like that. Okay. Krishna has many wives, we know. Okay. At the same time, Krishna can present in every wife's palace. How is it possible? Because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Understand? So that's about this beautiful 3 verses we discussed today. Please go through them once again. Now, if we come back to the point which we discussed, the Vanara. Okay. 2 meanings we discussed last time. Okay. Vanara. Vanara means who looks like Nara. That is one meaning from Sanskrit. Yeah. And the other one is, okay, Vana Samchari, who, wanders in the forest dwellers. Okay. That is another meaning of Vanara. Okay. So basically, the species or that origin of that species existed like that. How Ravana asked Shiva a boon, like, just ignore these Naras and anyone who looks like Naras, they can't do anything. Okay. Apart from such people, such beings, okay, give me a boon that, no one else can defeat me. So Lord Shiva granted the boon. Okay. Now, so all demigods prayed the Lord, please save from this Vanara, from this Ravana. Okay. Then the Lord has given his word. Okay. Don't worry, I am coming as Rama and I will appear in the, as a son of Dasharatha. Then I will take care of this issue. And whenever the Lord appears, all demigods, they also come to participate in same Leela. Then how to come? The Lord is now appearing as Nara. Okay. Then Lord Brahma thought, okay, let me create like a Vanara, so that all these demigods can, take birth as that Vanara and participate in the Leela of Ram. Like that. Last session I mentioned about that Riksha Raja. Okay, he born from the forehead of Lord Brahma. Yeah, and he the first Vanara, we can say. Yeah, the first Vanara. Yeah, having a long tail. Yeah, the species. And Lord Brahma told him, you take care of all Vanas. Okay, because these demons are harassing the sages, munis who are performing their tapasya. You go and protect them. So on the way, actually, he took bath in a pond in a heavenly planets, and he became a beautiful lady. So then that is the time Lord Indra and Indra and who is the other one? Surya. Lord Indra and sun god Surya. They are on the way. They look at this beautiful lady, and then at one place it is given like the semen of Lord Indra fall on the head of this lady, on the hair of this lady. So out of that, Vali born. Vali, the original name is Bali, coming from Bal. Bal means hair. Okay. In due course of time, it changed as Vali, like that. That is one description is given. So different scriptures have different analogies and descriptions. Yeah. And from Lord Suryadev, Sugriva born. And then this lady regained his form. He became, as you know, his got his original form, and they came to planet Earth, and living in this Kishkinda. So that's one story in our scriptures. So there is another story. See, we exactly don't know the complete authenticity, because in Valmiki Ramayana, it is not given about this. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is mentioned only about Vali, Sugriva, their father is Riksharaja. That's it. So nowhere it is mentioned the name of mother. But at some places in other scriptures, it is mentioned like actually Vali and Sugriva are the, we don't know the authenticity. Okay, understand. That's why generally I don't quote it. Yeah. Ahalya, like that. And Anjana, the mother of Lord Hanuman, is the daughter of Ahalya. Yeah. But Vali and Sugriva were born through again Indra and Surya Dev. And Ahalya is the daughter of Gautam Muni, and Anjana is the daughter of Gautam Muni and Ahalya, like that. So there is another description is given. But on a whole, we know, so to Anjana Devi and Kesari, the Lord Hanuman born. So that is another beautiful story. Like Anjana Devi was originally an Apsara in heavenly planets. And once when a yogi is performing tapasya, she, out of fun, she used to throw the fruits on this yogi who is performing tapasya. And she disturbed. Then the yogi cursed her. Okay, you become Vanara, like that. Then she prayed. So she said, then the yogi said, like, okay, if you get a son who is the incarnated from Lord Shiva, okay, so you will be liberated from this curse, like that. So then she took birth in planet Earth. Yeah. And of course, she got married with Kesari, who is a Vanara. And then she prayed Lord Shiva. She prayed Lord Shiva for a son. So I want you to, born, in my womb, like that. Then Lord Shiva, as I mentioned, he want to be part of Ramalila. Yeah, and we know, the role played by Hanuman, how much important role. So like that, Lord Shiva. So that's why Hanuman is the Amsha of Lord Shiva. Okay, so he's incarnation of Lord Shiva. Like that, Hanuman born out of the womb of Anjani. That's why we call him as Anjani Putra. Okay, so basically all these Vanaras, even Nalla is born out of from Agni. He is the Amsha of Agni. Yeah, and Neela is the Amsha of Vishwakarma, like that. So like this, all these Vanaras are came from these demigods because they want to participate in the Leela of Ram. And Ram, the Lord incarnated as a human. So these demigods, okay, incarnated as these Vanaras, so that this Nara and Vanaras can kill Ravan, because the boon is given by Lord Shiva, isn't it? So either the boons given by Brahma or Shiva or any other demigods, Krishna will not go them waste. Understand? So that's the reason demigods born as Vanaras, means the species which looks like Nara. So they speak, they walk, even there is a, they ruled the kingdom called Kishkinda. They have a family, all these things are there. And they are, they have the great wisdom. Hanuman is not only Mahabali, he's a great, we know he learnt from sun god. Okay, his guru is the sun god, like that. Yeah. So like that, all Vali, even we know the story. Actually, Vali once defeated Ravana. Ravana is very scared of Vali. Yeah. So, and Angada is also very powerful. So they are well knowledgeable souls. Okay. So that's why now, how can that's why we are not supposed to compare, whatever, the monkeys which we see in this age of Kali. Okay. So very recent, I don't know, you have seen this or not, very recently I read the news somewhere in UP. There is a nice ashram that Maharaj, every Hanuman Jayanti, he feed, to so many people, the prasad. And from nearby forest, all these monkeys and what we call kondamutsu. Kondamutsu means the other species similar to monkey. Langurs, in English, I think we call langurs, isn't it? Okay. So they all came. It's there very recently, in the recent Hanuman Jayanti only, this news became a viral. Okay. And systematically they sat like, the plates are given, plates are served, just before them. Some banana leaves are, some plates. All these langurs and monkeys just sat like, humans, and they are eating. So you can search in the Google. Yeah, I think in the last session, I just kept it to show you. Maybe, in the next session again, I will find it out. And but it became very viral. But the Maharaj said, no, this happens every year. Every year they come, they don't do anything, they don't disturb. They don't harm people, they don't disturb. They just sit in a systematic way, they eat the prasadam and then they go. Yeah, like that. Okay. So as Kali Yuga is progressing, so these, this species of monkey, not same as those Vanaras in Ramayana. But generally, since we don't have proper knowledge, we just think both are same. Yeah. And like that. But this is the key point. The key point, which I would like to tell you is, okay, don't compare. Shankardev Prabhu shared a very beautiful video. I will post it in our group. Okay. You please hear that video. I read it a long time back. Whatever Maharaj in that video mentioned about the same point. That's why this question is raised by Shankardev Prabhu. You watch that video also. So very beautifully, he has given the explanation. How should we understand and the Vanara Sena from Ramayana? We are not supposed to compare with the so-called monkeys in this one. But they have that some sort of consciousness is there. I remember when I was a child, 6 or 7, after taking bath, I used to read this Hanuman Chalisa, yeah, and Ram Ashtotra, few things I used to read. One day morning after bath, so this wet towel, wearing the wet towel, I am reading. I am 6 years. A very big giant monkey came and sat behind me. I didn't know it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I don't know when it came. I didn't see it. But, we have different portions, the neighbors, different people, they saw that one, but they are getting scared. And then my mother went out to bring water from the, street tap. When she came inside, the monkey is sitting, just sitting and watching. That's it. But my mother tried, those days we have a folded cots, camp cot we call folded cots. So she had that folded cot and she tried to, threaten the monkey, and she bite here on her hand, and the monkey ran away. That time when I turned back, this giant monkey is running outside. If I see, I would definitely, get scared. Yeah. So that, wherever, some Ram Leela is going on, even now, we use to hear different stories, incidents, like, these monkeys, they come, they just hear and go, something like that. Things we used to hear. Yeah. So that is the, beautiful incident which I could recollect. Yeah. But the Vanaras, they are, okay, they can walk, they can talk, they have families, even they ruled the kingdom, okay, and they are not like the monkeys in this Kali Yuga. They are the incarnation of demigods. That is a very, very important point. Okay, so that species is created by Brahma, because Ravana can be killed only by Nara and Vanara. So, and when the Lord decided to appear as Nara, then demigods decided, okay, we'll take this form as a Vanara and we will assist you in your Leela. Like that. Okay, so we need to understand like this. We need to understand this Vanar Sena and Lord Hanuman. Okay, so of course in English we use monkey. Yeah, if someone does some mischievous, he look like monkey, he behaving like a monkey, like that we will treat. We use these type of words very naturally. Yeah? But the Vanaras are actually, they are divine. That is the point I would like to inform you. Okay, so thank you very much for your attentive hearing. Sorry, I have taken a little more time. Thank you very much for your attentive hearing. And if you switch on your videos, I will quickly take your darshan. Thank you, Sundar Mataji. Thank you, Shankardev Prabhu. Thank you, Jai Sri Mataji. Nice to see you. Thank you, Sapan. So wonderful. Okay, Sundar Mataji, can we have darshan of your deities?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yellowish.
Yellow, yes.
Very good. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, now let us take the darshan of Radha Gokulananda. Gaurnitai. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. And Radha Gokulananda. Can you see the feet?
Yes, very beautiful. Thank you so much. Jai Radha.
Okay, so thank you very much. Again, we'll meet next Monday as usual. I humbly request all of you, please go through these verses. Yes, and please read them once again. And any questions, please send me a message. And Sankardev Prabhu, whenever you come to temple, you let me know. Okay. And that time, if you let me know in advance, if you come at 11:30, something like that, yeah. So then we can discuss more points which you asked. Yeah.
Yes,
the
Prabhuji,
question.
thank you.
Okay. So whenever I understood, now you are not well, but whenever you are coming, just drop me a message. Yeah. Okay. We'll discuss face to face in the temple, the questions you asked.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so thank you very much, all the devotees. And Sundar Mataji, your Aarti Seva this Sunday,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha Udita namavanyabhyo Vaishnavabhyo
Vansakalpatarubhyas kripasindhubhyas.
Vaishnava. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Next month.
Hare Krishna.
Next month, first Sunday.
Mataji, Sundar Mataji.
Huh?
Sita is saying, okay. So your garland seva next month first Sunday.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji.
No. Pujari seva is this Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.